we're back. It's time to get ourselves in the action here for Dignitas and NIP. Map 2, Nuke. NIP selection, as you'd expect. And you know what? They are looking amazing, so I'm really excited to see NIP. I know they're a fan favorite, but I really feel like they're just so awesome to watch. Dignitas with their new lineup, how well are they going to do? Well, the saving grace here for them is that they start CT, so that's good for Dignitas. They can get the CT started and hopefully do pretty well. But NIP, I wonder if they've got some new tricks here. We already saw this T side on cash was running to 2 ops. So I mean,
that was certainly unexpected, wasn't it?
What Fiflaren used to do on Nuke for NIP was on the T side he would often be the kind of point man on radio to try to get picks into ramp, often with an AWP. So this was like what Fiflaren, the kind of role that he did. So it's going to be interesting to contrast that to what we're going to see from Maikelele when NIP have money. So
yeah, I'd be surprised if they went double up on the T side of Nuke. I think even if they boost people silo, if they're dedicating an AWP to try and getting a pick on ramp, I'm expecting they'll probably stick an AK on silo. Should they choose to? I think normally Forest jumps up to silo, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
without the boost.
Yep, he's absolutely the best mover in NIP. He's a beast on the movement.
He is a competent jumper, but they're going for the.
I think because this makes no sound. Because if you try to, otherwise you're going to make sound for sure. So this is fun. Look at that. They're going to run all over the top here on main with the drop there of Forest. Very fast into the yard area. Able to take down 2 quick frags thanks to Friberg there. And look at this. Getting themselves all the way around, just cleaning up house. Great aggression from NIP all the way down ramp now with their full force. The full force of the Swedes. Smashing into that lower bomb site. Got dupreeh now, the last man, and he's going to be able to pick up 1 frag, but they know where he is, and we do have a good setup now for NIP, 3 against 1. dupreeh is going to have to do quite a job to pull this one off, and he's going to get taken down. So NIP with a very explosive pistol, going to put Dignitas in a weird spot.
Yeah, losing the pistol on the CT side, definitely not what you're looking for here. Gonna want that strong start. Got to get right with the P90 now. Last time it was Xizt, but on this map, gonna be get right rolling with the P90. So he has got the lead. Is he gonna just try and rush somewhere and just cause some absolute mayhem? He's got the Resident Evil style P90 as well. Looking to turn on a can opener, but no engagement as of yet. Got dupreeh in main. As we're gonna have a number of people outside here for the ninjas, obviously looking to use the range of those rifles versus the expected pistols of the ecoing CTs. You can see they've all gone for armor there. 2 with helmets and lots of 5.7s in the mix. Again, 5.7's a very, very strong pistol. You see the Tech 9 is getting most of the attention here, but the 5.7 not to be trifled with either.
I like how they put Get Right, the guy with the SMG, in the lobby area. As if the CTs are going to push with the pistols, it's most likely on the close ranges, which is where Get Right's holding. So with that P90, he's effective. And if he does die, well, he's giving away a P90. And the rest of his team has decent weapons on the ranges. We do see NIP expanding over all of the map, taking control of pretty much everywhere they want. dupreeh falling all the way back deep into the bomb site, the lower site.
They're getting squeezed.
Absolutely. NIP looking pretty good right now. dupreeh taken down on the bomb site. Get Right gonna find himself some frags as well, and like dominoes, they will fall. And we have ourselves NIP with 2 rounds and Dignitas on the full eco now. So NIP with a good start. I think the thing I'm most looking forward to seeing is there's 2 things, and it's both NIP related. It's how they play their default round and how that differs from the previous lineup with Fiflaren, and also how their CT looks now. Have they swapped people around, or how does that work?
Yeah,
very, very curious.
That eco round, anti-eco round, sorry, from NIP was very, very clean. I liked how they basically just forced the CTs into a smaller and smaller box, and then just death by paper cuts essentially. But the first frag is going to go to dupreeh with the the USPS, sorry, straight away. But things getting back to normal here on this anti-eco from the Terror side. Device, last man standing. He has 1 bullet to make or break it here with that P2000. Then his position will be known. There's the make, and there is the break.
So there's like loads of ways for NIP to play this now. Like there's something that can be quite fun to do depending on how you feel the opponents are going to play, is they can actually just try to actually just straight up rush, do it like a fast upper rush if they got a good spawn for it. That can be very jarring to the CTs, especially as they're actually playing an AWP outside. So we'll have to see exactly what they're going to go for, but I want to see their default setup, just a safe picking style from them. And we're going to see Forest
this is beautiful.
With the usual.
So consistent with that jump. But Device, he knows Forest jump.
Yeah.
So I've never seen him miss that jump.
No.
So clean.
He's very, very fast. And you can see that I'm pretty sure that Device knows that it's very likely for Forest that Forest can be there. So that's the first angle he's looking out for. But Friberg straight down secret, and there's the smoke.
I think they may have spotted each other because dupreeh got out there pretty sharpish. See Friberg looking for a gap in the smoke. Device going to put a gap in GeT_Right's chest. That's a nice nade, but going to do next to no damage, which is quite odd actually. I think the stairs kind of glitched the nade because dupreeh takes all of 3 damage from that grenade, which just flew past his head.
Nice flash from dupreeh. Wins the one-on-one. And the NIP are always going to be a bit dangerous because their players have so much skill, all of them. But 2-on-5 is not really looking very good, to say the least. This will actually make a frag outside on Device, finally. And let's see now if he can get anything more. That's the second one. And he will get caught in the back. Are they going to be able to recover that AWP? Yes, they will. dupreeh's going to pick it up. So only 2 players dying. And you can actually see that Dignitas have quite a ways to go on the money. So if NIP keep doing a lot of damage, this is going to be quite interesting. I want to see Device keep this up right now because he was the key player there to stop that aggression. Without Device being so on point there, that round is not going to look anything like it did.
Cajunb and cajunb yet to find their way onto the scoreboard here. We may have a fast A push or potentially a bait here from NIP. Let's see if they choose to commit here, as we have lots of flashbangs being thrown into the A site. Indeed, they are going to start the push. dupreeh going to be able to escape most of those splashes, get 2 men, and almost a third with assistance from cajunb. So only GeT_Right remains now versus 5. Next to no damage done to these CTs in that push. Very telegraphed with so many nades in. Didn't go their way. See what if GeT_Right can find any connections. He's just holding, waiting for a CT to peek him. Lots of wallbanging coming in. He's going to get the frag onto hut roof though, and then get taken out by the AWP from Device straight into his face.
Yeah, I guess that's a testament to how difficult it can be to play against the pre-nades, because the Dignitas were able to delay them just long enough for the flashes to kind of wear off enough that they could actually like shoot NIP as they were running through the choke points. As opposed to if those pre-nades aren't there, NIP get out straight away, and they are able to have get more position and get better engagements before the flashes wear off. And so good delay there from Dignitas, and NIP perhaps could run that again in the future, but they need to wait so those pre-nades do go away.
Again, it is worth repeating that the best pushes we have seen onto the A site recently in Europe have been from that team. Nice spray there through the smoke from Xizt. Expected one of the Swedes just to be lurking.
And one quick thing to note about that smoke from dupreeh is he throws it right in the corner there, where the hut meets the wall of the squeaky door, so that it smokes out window as well as the door. So that's one quick little note there of the smoke placement and the reason.
So safety in numbers here from the T's. Going to try and push the ramp. Going to get counter flashed by the CTs though. Nade coming straight over from cajunb there. And only 2 T's remaining. And as they get cleared out, I will just point out there are 2 types of nades to throw in this situation. One is if you're just facing this way, and one you can have a more passive angle and bounce it off that box, which also works as a pop flash without exposing your body in case someone's holding an angle on you. 3 rounds to 3 now. Dignitas getting back into this game. Going to continue with the AWP on Device, who we're running with now. That is a juicy knife indeed. I've opened many chroma cases and seen many MP9s, but not a knife like that. He looks like he's going to go over to secret with that AWP, while dupreeh tries to hold outside from main. Going to throw a nade over to the boxes. Not find anyone just yet. In the meantime, we should expect dupreeh to have... dupreeh device to have made it over to secret. Oh, misses the shot though. Wasn't really connecting with the shots on Cash either. We did see karrigan pick up the AWP later on. Wondering if it was because of the missed shots. Friberg's going to be allowed to loiter in MAC, as it was called in previous iterations of this game. Meanwhile, his teammates are going to be over in the ramp area. You can see Xizt smoking off the CT side now as they start to push towards B. Friberg just taking his time to execute cajunb there out at CT red. And Dignitas going to try and stave off this push onto the B bomb site. Bomb has been taken down twice. Trade frags coming in though from NIP, but it's a 2-on-2 now. And with the positioning from these CTs, they may find it hard to plant the bomb.
There you go, the spray for the smoke, but not before the bomb is down. Get right now in a 1-on-2. Knows where both players are. This is a good situation for Get Right. Although they have spotted him as well. In they go. Get Right with the first 1-on-1. Sprays them down. Both players to fall. Excellent work. And we're going to see ourselves a 4-3. And we can note also that Dignitas, despite getting 3 rounds in a row, are now buying to within almost bankruptcy. So NIP actually have a chance now, if they're able to win this one, to force an eco out. And that's really huge, because that would essentially put them on 6 rounds. So this is a really, really huge moment now for NIP to take a significant advantage in this match. We'll have to see if they're able to do so, though. And we are slowly seeing... This is kind of what they did in the anti-eco, actually. Something similar to this. Leave Get Right alone, holding lobby. And the possibility here is that they will go down, do a play for secret, and Get Right can just stay in lobby and then try to backstab later on. We'll have to see how it actually goes, though. dupreeh ready for the peek on stairs. In he goes, finds himself some bouncing NIP players, does take down 2. Excellent work indeed. It's a big result for Dignitas. Now they know that secret is compromised. In fact, do they still have a player there? They got a player in garage, device. Going to spot Forest and quickly take him out as well. Maikelele now looking for the refrag. There it is. Great shot there from Maikelele. A 1-tap to take out the AWPer. 2-on-3. Get Right still in lobby. That bomb now in the hands of Maikelele. He's going to try to strap together some kind of a play with Get Right. Get Right on T-Reef now. Going to try to rejoin Maikelele, it would seem. Looking for those skylight smoke, I think. Onto the bomb site. karrigan now smoked off a little bit. NIP making their way through. In they go now. The spraying coming in from both players, and it's going to be Dignitas who do take them down. So nice try, but Dignitas looking good, winning a very key round and able to buy once again.
The round prior to this, where you saw NIP win, Get Right ran over to the AWP in the B bomb site just in case the team wanted to pick it up, but they opted not to. So it looks like NIP not looking to play the AWP at all on the T side here. So it looks like they are have that dynamism that we're looking for here. The flexibility to pick it up with 2 players, or maybe no players at all. Xizt getting a frag with the Tech 9, of course. Outside, cajunb though, stopping Forest before he can get up to any shenanigans. And cajunb just tapping and spraying, poking these players to death. karrigan going to clean up the last one. 2 players going down for the Dignitas side, and not ideal. I mean, Dignitas does have 10,000 in the bank, actually, so he's going to be able to share the wealth, so to speak, and keep these players on generally better average money, so they can get their nades and other things. 5 defuse kits as well. So Dignitas completely flush on equipment for this round. 2 Galils coming out for NIP, and they are quite limited on nades as well.
So all the smokes are outside. They do have some players in the lobby though, so are they going to try to split into main? I wonder.
You can see karrigan just shooting the glass to stop any potential set plays, using nades through the roof which rely on that glass to go into certain areas.
We do have a player, dupreeh, over by T-Red. He's going to pick up a first opening kill, traded on by Xizt. As we do have the wall of smokes outside, indeed. Device can't see a single thing through that. And likewise for Maikelele here over by Hut. So a bit of a standoff now between both teams, or a stalemate rather, as the smokes cover a lot of areas on the map. And Dignitas with great positions on upper. NIP looking for an opportunity. Can Forest be the man to provide that? He's the one with a great position. I don't think he's been spotted just yet. Look at this, so sneaky right now. Listening to the steps. planning his movements as he makes his way around to an angle on Heaven from CT spawn. Forest, I don't think is going to catch anybody up there though. And Device over by ramp with the orb. In they go now for some more peaks here. Can they find some positions? cajunb going to take down Get Right. That's the bomb down. But Forest in with some shenanigans finally with a push up Heaven. And he is going to get taken out. Does get a single kill though, but there's 10 seconds left and Xizt is going to get taken down as well. Dignitas winning another round but losing 3 players in the effort. So damage is being done to their economy, but they keep on winning those rounds. The most important part. And NIP now on another save.
These rounds looking hard for both sides here. The Rec 9s coming out once again. Only 2 from a possible 5 though. I do wonder if they continue to stay as they are, if they're gonna be more and more prevalent in terrorist ecos, as the running and spamming seems to be quite glorious with those terror pistols. Have some precautionary Molotovs to stop any crazy Rec 9 rushes towards A. Things gonna slow down now. Maikelele loitering, causing trouble like a hoodlum in blue water at T-Red, but he's going to get stopped by security in the name of Device. Again, just using those ranges, but that even from that distance, the Tech 9 is still quite dangerous.
Yeah, it certainly is. It's pretty... I'm always surprised at what it's capable of. It just keeps... It's a gun that just keeps on surprising me, but...
The gift that keeps on giving, Dan.
Yeah, this is the round where nothing quite goes the way of NIP though with those Tech 9s. That said though, Device is going to go down. So there we go. Forest is going to get the run and gun. Get Right looking for the run and gun as well with that Tech 9. But again, like if he can get an extra player here, that's going to be excellent. Can he get one more? Almost.
Let's not forget that Valve gave the Tech 9 a more grisly sound to make make it more meaty than the previous sound, which sounded like, I don't know, one of those hairdryer mopeds, 50cc.
Alright, but we have a full grenade NIP, full buy. So what are we going to see from them? How many Molotovs do we have? We've got 1 Molotov on Friberg. Now, are they going to go with a bit of a set play here, I wonder? I think they're setting up for the outside smokes right now.
Wall of smokes, potentially.
Yep. Friberg is he in position for one? It's like they might be trying to get those smokes going. Yeah, there it is. So all the smokes outside.
Ooh.
Come off the smokes. Okay, good. Don't want to get bugged on the smokes.
I'm not you, Dan.
So there we go. Okay, nice. That was the Molotov to clear out T-Red. Allow them to get down Secret here. And it looks like they want to split on Secret and Ramp. 3 players towards the Ramp area. There's only 1 on Dignitas at Ramp, so this could be quite dangerous. NIP looking good on the entry. Device covering the stairs by Long. In a bit of trouble there, alone against 2 players, rapidly approaching his position. He does take down Friberg. Good work to Device now. He's got 1 more player, but he's got reinforcements coming on his way as well. The cavalry has arrived. Zipnix takes down Maikelele. Forest going in for the kill, but is sadly disappointed there. Device locking it down. NIP still not through ramp properly yet. Smoke does go down, but it's a 2-on-4. 30 seconds left in this round. They're running out of time. Smoke for the plant, but look at this Device in the perfect position to catch these guys. Good damage done there, as we have Get Right to return the favor. Xizt and Get Right actually going to get the bomb down, it would seem. That is 1 player on the site. They know he's on the site there. He is going to get taken down as well. And it is a cleaned up bomb site here for Dignitas. 7-4 right now. It's going to be 8-4. And NIP, with the 4 rounds that they do have, can be happy with that. I mean, 4 rounds is not too shabby on the T side of Nuke.
Absolutely not. I think if you're on Dignitas as well, you're not going to be like fuming at the score right now. 11-4 is definitely potential, and that would be perfectly fine for them as well. So still continuing with Yorp. Now we're seeing Yorp come out for Nip actually. Oops. Maikelele with the AWP. That's going to be the worst screenshot ever. Seeing lots of AWP beams these days. Well, let's see if he can find anyone to connect with. The wall of smokes is coming out, which may throw Dignitas off, and they probably won't be expecting this AWP, considering those smokes are there. Looks like those smokes may be used for a bait, but no bait will come, so it will continue their offense. Device in a good position with cover from cajunb as well. Now the AWP game is up. CTs may have taken otherwise more aggressive positions before they knew that the AWP was on the map, but the secret has been revealed. You can see GetRight just lurking in the hut. Device going to be stuck there for a while. dupreeh just going to reposition himself for a better defense of A. Well, karrigan will keep an eye on the hut, so GetRight, he was there for quite a while, just waiting for an overextension from the CT's. Device almost gets shot in the arse, but manages to save it for another day at the R&B club.
3 on 4, it's looking quite sketchy now. Look at this, they've climbed all the way around the outside into the back of ramp. GetRight with a nice pick in on top of that hut. This is not looking so bad now for NIP, but they haven't gotten on a bomb site yet. And Maikelele now, again, he is alone with the AWP. He's going to back away, no time. And Dignitas are positioning themselves very well to allow NIP to move in certain positions. Oh, no. It's like Maikelele is going to get taken out. Sadly for Device, he wasn't able to time that until after timeout. But yeah, it's great play by Dignitas. They allowed NIP to take outside. Once they realized that, okay, the smokes are down, positions are kind of given up, they just kind of suck their defense inwards. And NIP, even though they were able to creep around, they still can't get in these really hard to take spots like the lower side or the upper side. So
now we have 3 Tech 9s and the Dig for Friberg. We're going to see the highlight reel from the Swedish alpha male. You know, there's a store in Sweden called Friberg.
Really?
Yeah, there's a... We'll get into the details later.
Well, we've seen crazy things happen. So as far as flashing in a teammate, in with the Tech 9 now. And another flash through the smoke. Device locking down T-Red. He's been doing that well this half so far. And NIP are in ramp. And let's GetRight. The jumping Tech 9 to the face.
That is illegal.
Sit down. cajunb is going to give up the AWP to NIP. And dupreeh now looking... Okay, which way do I go right now? They're not sure if the double back is coming into upper just yet, so they're going to try to cover all the proper positions. They have karrigan down below.
karrigan, unfortunately for him, has the M4A4, where he may prefer the stealth of the M4A1S in this kind of situation, which may give him an extra second to get that second frag, should Nip try to plant the bomb without pushing the long area, which is where he is at the moment. You can see dupreeh still holding... Squeaky in case it's going to be A. karrigan, he is going to face on his own, and the M4A4, those bullets getting put to work as he takes down 2. GetRight, last man here. Going to have to go for it for his team, but Flash is going to come in and Device gets a free kill.
I actually thought NIP would get that one once we saw GetRight was actually looking in the right place. It wasn't like looking at Toxic, because usually you would expect the guy to be Toxic there, or even the vent, and he's looking in the doors, which is correct, but... Oh, just because
Nix has a taser gun.
So 10 to 4. Dignitas climbing back through a lot of really sketchy and scary rounds, but they've done it. So worst case for them now is 10-5, and NIP, can they do that? We've got Maikelele on the AWP again, and we've got ourselves the smokes coming out on Yard. NIP just making their way down towards Secret at the moment. Behind these the nice cover of smokes, keeping them safe. Oh, wow, that was an insane flick from Maikelele. What a spot. Okay, here we go. NIP down. They mean business. That's a tag from cajunb. Going to need more than that to get the frag. We have Xizt coming in from the vents. It's madness now, all on cajunb as he swings around through the ramp area now, looking for those players on the lower side. Bomb to go down, but they've already spotted him, and Xizt says, get the hell out of here. And they bring the 5th round together, and we do have ourselves an interesting match on our hands, because this is now the nuke factor, right?
Absolutely. This is quite a reasonable score for both teams. Dignitas probably hoping for more than 10 rounds, but you know, it's still doable. But you know, if things don't go your way, if you don't get the pistol or the following 2 rounds, basically if Nip get the first 3 rounds, then 6 rounds on the T side is going to be very much of an uphill struggle for Dignitas. So I've been to DreamHack 5 years in a row, and it's only this year that I found out there's this massive kind of superstore area called the A6, and they have a store in there called Friberg.
What do they sell?
I think clothes.
Oh.
So 2 Rec 9s here for the Dignitas team. Only Device and dupreeh rocking the armor. Friberg going to be the man carrying the defuse kit, so we'll have to pay attention to him and if he dies and where he dies and what impact that might have if the T's get the plant. Maikelele is going to be on the ramp, taking a bit more passive position after the initial stages. Forrest just admiring the sun through the window. Xizt with a very sneaky angle. Just looking at the wall in case flashes come. There's the first flash. Doesn't get flashed. Maikelele going to be facing a 3-man push in the ramp. Forrest going to jump down to try and help him. Maikelele has retreated back to the B site. Going to wait for his teammates to help. You can see Get Right covering him there. Getting a frag on Device. And that's going to give Dignitas a 2-man disadvantage. Rec 9 putting in work. Going to bring it back to 3 versus 3. Xipnix now emerging from the ramp area. Going to take down Xizt. Still got Maikelele and Forrest loitering. All down to Forrest now.
Excellent headshot there from Forrest. Oh my goodness, he's not going to spawn it. Now he will. Very low is karrigan. Forrest has an opportunity now. That's it. Gets the frag. There's one more left. Xipnix with a slight health advantage. Time is an issue now. Forrest can really play the clock against Xipnix, who has to get the plant down. There it is. Goes for the plant. Forrest gets a free one, and that's it. 1 on 3. Forrest, the pistol man.
Forrest, pistol Jesus here.
Pistol Jesus, yeah.
He is the messiah when it comes to pistols.
Oh, yeah.
This man was born with a pistol, much to the shock of his mother.
And he's got his, Maikelele's got his bison out again.
Maikelele, he's a man. See, I'm telling you, he's been watching new streams. He appreciates.
We should give him a
bison.
But
why isn't it battle scarred? I don't understand. What's wrong with this guy? Somebody tweet him and say his bison is not battle scarred enough.
Dignitas with a slow outside push here. All 5 players.
Yeah, and you can see, if we'll have a look in a second, in fact, at the roof. And you can see both teams just being a bit paranoid about potential set plays coming in. Instead of shooting, you can see he shot the glass here to stop the smoke grenade, where the glass actually affects the trajectory of the grenade and allows it to land here and smoke off that area, which makes it harder for the CT team to rotate into A should they need to. So again, just precautionary measures being taken out by both counter-terrorist sides. Again, those small things can make a difference.
They absolutely can. We've got a quick push from Dignitas outside, straight down. In fact, going to get the pick onto Get Right. And this is, again, that scary round where the T's have a great position on those rifles. We do have more work being done. Dignitas just training it into the lower site. Maikelele with the bison. In he goes, 1 frag, spraying down for the second, gets it. He's untouched so far, locking down the doors. Forrest coming into play on the vents. Things looking much better for the Swedes now, as we have Dignitas reeling from the damage done by Maikelele there. And what is the plan now for them? They do have the vents to get up to the upper site. They've spotted both players lower, so Xipnix looking for the sneaky peek. And there it is, going to find Maikelele. How does he do it at range, though? Oh, he picked himself up a Galil. That makes a lot more sense. And Device is now alone with the scout. So this is looking like an impressive save so far, but it's not over. Device with 30 seconds left.
I have no idea where he is because of this scope. Where is Device? Okay, we don't know where Device is.
Press the space bar. There it is. He's looking into the.
Oh well, that's interesting.
I
do wonder what's going on here. I feel like
he can do this with the scout. But
I feel like he's not.
He's not present.
Yeah.
He's not present. That is a distinct possibility.
Because he's staring at the wall and he's double scoped in to a piece of metal, so he can't even see someone if they walk behind him. So this is quite curious. He is the bomb carrier as well. But I feel like, yeah, you can see the pause coming in there. I feel like Dignitas, they killed, I think it was 3 net players before they opened the doors into the B site. Then I think things went a bit wrong there and we got into a situation where there was a bit of bedlam. Because if we just quickly go down to the site while we wait for this pause, we can see, I'll go this way, excuse me. Okay, so we can see that the T's were on the other side of here. They had a 3-man advantage, and at this point, one person pushes through these doors. He has to be aware of someone potentially here, potentially over here, potentially up there, potentially on this side, potentially over here. So he came in on his own, died. His teammate came in afterwards on his own, looked the wrong way, and he died as well. And I feel like potentially they could have slowed things down there because, again, they had a significant personnel advantage there. They could have had somebody in the long area here to give them more cover from more angles and take the site a bit more slowly there. I don't know. It's hard when so many crazy things are going on at the same time, but I feel like that is a round they should have won following the elimination of the first 3 players there. And I've heard that we have passed 80,000, so we will do a Twitter giveaway of a skin. I think I'm logged in, right? So we can actually see which skin it is. Twitter winner. Okay, so this is going to be our giveaway today, guys. It's going to be an AK Wasteland Rebel. So if you'd like to win this, then we will put the info up on the tweeters a bit later on. So follow @FaceIt on Twitter, and you could win that later on today. So how are you feeling about this match so far, Dan?
Well, the Maikelele is using the Bison in ways that I never have previously seen used. Because again, I'm still surprised because when he buys the Bisons, he knows that he's going to be using it against the AKs, like at some point. That he knows that, but he is taking positions and using it very effectively. So
it's a new. It's like a.
So it's pretty cool to see. But
it's the new NIP lineup. I'm going to put that on Reddit later.
The NIPT side
get downvoted.
Still looks like they have a lot of work to do, but there's obviously a lot of potential there. So I'm not going to throw any judgments there yet. So it's just down to seeing how their CT pans out now and just seeing the setups that they use. But still, to me, it's very much just like thinking it through. Just haven't made any calls or judgments about it yet. But it's fun. It's a great game though. Dignitas Dignitas are really showing their skill. They're hitting amazing shots. They've got great setups. Their team play on the CT side was really good. They fought back from so many dodgy, horrible situations where they were able to make really good mid-round calls based on how they had to give up this area or this area, but still they could have a good defense like on the upper side or the lower side. Like they'd be doing a great job. So phenomenal work from Dignitas. So impressed by both teams for sure.
Okay, I'm going to have a quick look at the money for these two teams here, and you can see there's a reasonable amount on the CT side. On the T side, I think they're probably going to be ending up on an eco for this round. And again, one of the players has dropped, as you saw there. I think his internet router may have exploded, so hopefully he will be back soon.
Indeed. So we'll use this time to allow you guys to take a quick bathroom break, and we can just jump off into a break for a second as well, and we will be back momentarily with the rest of this match. So stay with us here on FaceIt TV. Thanks so much again for allowing us to hit 80K. We're happy. The skins are being given away, and justice is being done. So I'll see you after the break.
but she said, trust me, these are the stories we will tell. As I stood frozen, infinite, I almost fell, but I got a feeling and my heart starts beating, a sudden rush of feeling alive. This is freedom and I won't change, I won't phase out. I'm no ghost, let me go.
Welcome back, guys. I think we're ready to get this underway again. Of course, a little bit of a delay there, but I think Device is back in town. I think it was Device that was off somewhere in the clouds. So looks like we'll be jumping back into the action very shortly. I do believe that Maikelele is a beast with the Bison, and NIP seem to have saved themselves in that very precarious situation where they were still on these weird weapons and the AKs are running at them. So pretty cool save. Let's see if they can keep it going, though, or if Dignitas can bounce back. Obviously, Dignitas is scary as hell. We saw how good their bloody aim is. It's insanely good.
Their bloody aim.
Their bloody aim, James.
Bloody hell, mate. Gordon Bennett.
Gordon Bennett. I even know who he is. It's very English to say.
You don't know who Gordon Bennett is. You don't know what Roquefort is.
No, I do know. And I'm saying I do know who he is.
Seafood.
I do know who he is. Come on. James, give me a break.
All right.
All right, so we've got the scout on Device, the armor as well. The rest of his teammates have nothing but some PT-50s. So let's see if they can scrap something together here. Looks like Device can exactly do that with the scout. He does take some damage from the Forest, who perhaps won't be re-peeking anytime soon if he knows what's good for him. So they can give up outside, it would seem. Get Right is in a position. I would be afraid. Down there by the...
But he's not. He's not in the get right position
because it's the get right position. Everyone knows.
He's in get right position part 2.
So oh no, dupreeh close range snap the head of Maikelele clean off with the P250. Picks up the M4 without a second thought. But they don't have armor. Only Device has armor. So this aim punch is a factor here in these one-on-ones.
But do understand, guys. The reason he got that, he put himself in a position where he would be close enough to shoot him in the head once because of the armor penetration of the P250. Friberg is dead. And Dignitas.
Oh, sick stuff there from Forest. Oh, not enough bullets left to finish off the next player. Stuff is getting crazy here. Get Right coming in with the Galil. 3 players to deal with. None of them have armor.
They've got to get the bomb down.
It's not the ideal weapon, but it is a rifle. So here he is on main. He has a kit. Get Right. He cannot miss a single shot here. He's got to get this going. Is he actually just going to save?
Well, they're just, you can see they're just holding angles to play for trades. If he kills one of them, the rest of them are going to kill him.
The only thing that looked really bad there was Friberg with a complete misplay on the execution, which is incredibly rare from him. I think that's maybe the first time I've ever seen Friberg.
What happened? What happened?
He just lost track of his spray. Like he just lost track of the spray, and it's.
Oh, we've all been there.
Yeah, I mean, well, you've never seen Friberg there before, but we're all human. None of us are perfect. But Get Right spraying down karrigan, which actually, interestingly, karrigan was the guy with the rifle pickup. So that's kind of cool. Get Right at least removing the rifle there. But look at his team now. Forest is going to just pick up the AWP straight up and throw it over to Xizt there. And, oh, sorry, it's Maikelele
Pass
there.
the parcel.
They're just passing it along like a hot potato. And we do have ourselves a very awkward buy here. Full nades for Dignitas. The only thing really lacking is an AWP. We've got a scout instead for Device.
So Scout versus AWP potentially. Let's have a look at where that's going. Device going to be playing Super Mario Brothers, and this is a common spot. Forward jumping up and down, but Maikelele won't be able to punish it from this angle. It needs to be towards the garage, aka Mac area, in order to do that. I think it's going to slow down here. Curious to see where this... Oh, it's going to be a flashbang. Boom. So if anybody's watching from Catwalk, that's going to flash them. Purpose of that one. So we may see a charge here onto Get Right. Is that a crossfire into Mac? Get Right going to fall down to dupreeh, as we're going to see the CTs retreating outside. Maikelele going to go into main.
He's all over the place at the moment.
He's got the support of his teammates there, so hopefully they can have a better hold. Things not looking great for the Swedes right now.
Forest is actually going to spot outside. NIP have no information, but Forest is going to try to respot here. So he knows that they didn't go this way to yard. This eliminates that as a possibility. So now they know that either it's down secret to lower or it's lobby/ramp. So that's really good that Forest took that risk now. And time is of the essence. Maikelele with a pick here. Looks like they got another one going towards ramp. The spray down happening. dupreeh catching Friberg as well. Forest in a 1-on-2. dupreeh incredibly low. That's a 1-on-1. The bomb going down. Forest looking for the angle through the gap. Not going to spot it just yet. This duel is so important for NIP. Otherwise, Dignitas are going to take a huge lead in this match. Device working with that grenade there. Excellent work. He moved his way into hut for a much more favorable position. Forest, is he going to go for the hole? It looks like he was going for the hole, but he's going to go now for the wallbang. Won't get it. Device picks up the kill, the round. NIP are broke. They're busto. And now Dignitas could just run away with it. Things looking very grim now for the Ninjas. What are they to do, James?
I heard Doppler knives are plus 10 damage.
What would James do?
In this situation?
Yeah.
Eco.
That's not very flamboyant. I would have
Flamboyant.
expected something crazy,
let's look
unorthodox.
At the okay, well, let's see if we can find out exactly what the NIP players are doing. We've got Friberg inside. We've got Forest on the ramp. Xizt also playing the floor on A and get right. So they've got 3 people on the A bomb site here. Let's have a look at the remainder of the team. Maikelele is going to be playing around these smokes, trying to find someone's face to pepper with that USPS. Forest going to be rotating possibly towards Secret House. Oh, this jumping is beautiful. It needs music with it. I could watch this all day. But we do have 2 teams on this map.
Some Sandstorm? Some Sandstorm? No.
No. I was thinking something more elegant than Sandstorm, Mr. DDK.
Beethoven's
Look at all those eyeballs.
Eighth Symphony or something?
Look at all those eyeballs.
Alright, so NIP, this is not how this was supposed to go for them. They picked up some great rounds early on. Dignitas, though.
Oh, see, the one time they don't shoot the glass, they throw the smoke for... But there's already 3 people on the site. Is that going to have an impact on this push? Doesn't look like it so far, as they're all falling. That is a clean sweep. And watch one player standing in secret while everyone gets slaughtered on the on the map. So,
good job,
never mind.
James.
Thank you very much. Device is going to have the AWP. You can see he's just admiring. He wants us to know that he has a Doppler and we don't.
Okay, so the buy-in for Ninjas, they don't have any nades really. They got a few, but not nearly enough here. No Molotovs, not enough flashes. It looks pretty bad here. Device going to go up for the peak, and they don't have an AWP to challenge outside either, but they do have a man in the garage.
He was going to shoot through the wall there. That would have been insanity.
Oh, did Device catch a glimpse? I'm not sure that he did. But there's 3 players who have an angle onto the outside. We've got a guy out to catwalk here, so they're waiting for them to cross T-Red. And it looks like just as they were going to, as we have multiple players on the same angle, they fell back. So it's almost as if Dignitas have a second sense for where NIP are actually holding. This is a really, really interesting setup here from NIP. Let's see if this is going to pay off. Garrett's going to go for the peak now, looking for shots through the smoke. Gets a spam through the smoke onto dupreeh. But in the meanwhile, we do have the ramp take from Dignitas.
If Dignitas can win this round, I think we're going to go to 3 maps, Dan. I think it's happening.
It could very well happen, indeed.
For those of you on the stream who don't know, Dan's got a date after this.
Not anymore. Here we go. Oh, get right with the spray. He does get 2 players. Goes down in the end. Nice mid-air shot there from Device. So 2-on-2 now. Device nailing Friberg to the wall with the AWP. In goes Xizt, edging down the ladder. Finds himself the 1-on-1, but Device is on fire right now. Someone call the police. This man needs to be arrested.
I could see you got very excited there, Dan. Because you were a bit closer.
Shut up, James.
To your dates, and then it got just grabbed away from you.
I don't like you anymore.
You may have to go for a picnic tomorrow instead.
I'm gonna.
Picnics are awesome, by the way. But look at this buy here from Ninjas in Pyjamas. They've had to go for the Force. We've got a Mag 7 for Maikelele. Is he going to be playing? Normally you see the Mag 7 being played on Squeaky, but he is going to be playing... actually, it may indeed be Squeaky. Dan's still recovering from me completely trolling him. Friberg up in rafters. Forest is going to have support from Maikelele in the secret area. They've got a one-man advantage as Get Right has taken down Device. Let's have a look at where the M4 Master is playing. Playing in Squeaky at the moment. You can see some spray through the wall there. He has got on 82 health though. Friberg, Forest, no helmets to be seen. Up against 4 AKs though, so it doesn't really matter. Got a team flash coming in here to allow a peek from cajunb. Thanks for those tweets about chicken, by the way. Forrest holding the angle that we saw get right hold previously, and dupreeh just above what we know as the get right position, where often you may miss him in your periphery. Zipnik's holding the lobby area for the moment. Things slowing down. 40 seconds remaining on the clock. Again, Ninjas and Pyjamas do have a one-man advantage, but
do or die.
They haven't been able to pick up that rifle. You can see Xizt still rolling with a P250 right now.
James is over for them. They don't win this round. And karrigan is going to start things off poorly for them, taking down Friberg. The trade's coming in here very quickly. It's a 3-on-3. karrigan and dupreeh very low, but with those AKs, they have a great advantage on the weapons. Look at the peek in here. That's a distraction. That's going to allow GetRight to come in, take down dupreeh over by main. The spray for the second player, pulls out the pistol, but Forrest has his back, and he gets the defuse. There it is, NIP. It was certainly do or die. There was a bit of dying, but they did it in the end. But there is a long road ahead of them now. But at least for them, they're on CT here. And GetRight's going to scoop up the Asimov.
In the face of adversity, cool heads and excellent play there by Ninjas and Pyjamas. We've got a guy jumping up and down on a ladder in order to bait for his teammate to come in and punish the Danes. And clutched around. Excellent play there by the Ninjas. That's going to give them an AWP. 3 M4s. And they will continue with 1 FAMAS. A full buy coming out for Dignitas once again. Let's quickly look at the money for both sides here. Again, it's another do or die round for NIP. Even if they win the round and survive with, say, 2 plays, it's still going to be horrible for them to continue when they're up against overtime point, so to speak, for Dignitas. So they've got lots of trial and error now. As the push comes in onto the A-bomb site. That's 2 fast picks. This could be... This could be it.
This could be it. 3
could be 5. Curtains, Dan. That's what I was looking for.
Ah, okay. I wondered what word you were going for.
Could be curtains.
NIP spread all over the place, not in the spot that they actually need, which is that control of the upper bomb site. So things looking very, very sketchy for them. And in fact, they are going to go for the safe here, play for that that overtime instead, which is MR3 16K in this league. So GetRight does pick off Zipnik's there and going to be able to toss the Molotov and keep himself alive a little bit longer. They really need to keep these weapons alive. It is so important. Even getting some cheeky exits here, in fact. And oh! He actually got tagged going down. Oh no, Forrest. Suicide. But Maikelele keeps his AWP alive. What do NIP do with the AWP of Maikelele now? Because they have nothing else to work with. So, and the thing is that AWP is the easiest thing to shut down on this map. With some smokes, and then it's smokes and GG. Got
the Mag 7 on GetRight as well. Curious to see where he's going to go. Could be over to Secret again via B. Could also be over to Squeaky. He is outside going towards main at the moment. It's going to go the fast way, the fast and hard way. Could he play in his little Kaiser Sose position? He is hovering around the GetRight position, but he's looking to engage before they even get there.
But the problem is that they just spot a guy on silo. That's going to keep GetRight from ever peeking now because, yeah, Mag on that range, no thank you. But Maikelele is going to get a pick up onto cajunb.
2 are approaching.
And there's another one as well. Maikelele really putting in the work here. Absolutely key for his team. The bomb is down outside. Maikelele might find himself another frag. We do have a player behind main now. And this might actually key GetRight to get a little bit more aggressive potentially as outside's being cleaned up. Maikelele just falling back just at the wrong moment. And we do have the bomb still outside trying to make its way back to safety now. Edging. There it is, caught in the back. Bomb is down. Maikelele with some excellent work to save NIP here, but it's not over yet. 35 seconds left to go as GetRight goes and tries to pick himself up to scavenge for some weapons, potentially. In fact, he's playing it cool, in fact. His position is fairly redundant right now.
I think he's the backup. If Maikelele is the aggressor, and if he goes down, GetRight's just going to rip faces with that Mag 7, that gorgeous Mag 7.
But it looks like they are falling back, in fact, and it does seem to be that the save is here.
Device is facing the wall again. I do wonder.
DDoS, he said.
Uh-huh.
I just want to...
That's unfortunate.
I just want to say that DDoSing is wrong. Just gonna
don't DDoS, kids.
I'm just gonna throw that out there.
We love this game, and then we know you do too. Turn off your botnets.
All the botnets. So we have a pause, and device has exited once more.
Let's check out the stats here.
Should we, James?
Absolutely. Get right. Top fragging for his team. 26 kills. Meanwhile, at the other end of the scale, Friberg yet to reach 10.
It does seem like Friberg's been the player having the hardest time with René so far. Not just on the scoreboard, but if
he's playing an A, right?
Yeah, he's been playing on upper. He's been playing
rafters.
Rafters for the hut.
But for the hut. Okay. Oh yeah. Well, that's often a position where you generally lack frags. Like compared to the other positions on the team.
I don't know.
I don't know if it necessarily. Although this is the second half of the map, so we need to bear that in mind as well.
Yeah, I think it depends a lot, but
we are 26 rounds into this map. But I think on Rafters A, if you're facing Hart, generally you're going to be engaging a lot less than the players around the map. Because it's a harder place to push for, well, arguably, for the Tetra side. On the other side of things, dupreeh, karrigan, Zitnix, cajunb, all kind of floating around the same level. Now, we may have a pause of a few minutes here, guys, and rather than leave you completely bored out of your minds, I think what we will do is raffle the Thermas sticks, which was supposed to be for Facebook, but we can always get something else for that. So, while we have a break and wait, I think what would be fun is !DDoS.
Don't encourage them, James.
And then we can see you on the other sides.
You absolute
with the conclusion of this game.
Yeah,
so
I mean,
Dan, how
it's looking like Dignitas are playing really, really well in these fast rounds as well. Obviously, when on the outside pushes, it's actually looking good as well. Like NIP haven't been able to really shut them down there very effectively. We can see that Maikelele has been getting some better positions lately, but generally speaking, Dignitas are so on top of things on these frag trades, these fast pushes. They're doing an amazing job. That's like one of the hardest things to do. Like if you have the skill to do that, you can build. It's like Legos. You've got the base. You can start building. Build whatever you can imagine in your wildest dreams. You can build it. I think Dignitas is going to be a really, really sick team with this lineup. Like from what we've seen, so I'm scared. I'm scared of Dignitas right now.
I'm liking it. We have so many competitive teams.
Yeah.
I mean, we had a hell of a lot last year.
Yes, we did.
But now with all these changes, generally speaking, they've built a lot of strong teams on paper.
Absolutely, yeah.
And some of them need to gel. But I think I
was a bit worried to begin with that this shake-up, that shake-up, all the different regions, the CIS shake-up, French shake-up, North American shake-up. But it is working out for the better because you sacrificed on the storylines initially, but better Counter-Strike is resulting from all of these different changes. So I definitely think it's going to be an amazing 2015. Like the game has been growing like crazy. It's been growing like crazy. So it feels like CS is becoming one of the is it going to take over everything? Is it going to get bigger than a league? I don't know.
I hope so.
The numbers are getting sick. Like
people think it will be the #1 esport this year.
That's amazing.
And I think it should be.
It's a great esport.
I'm biased, but I don't care.
So guys, let's take a quick break. Once again, whilst the DDoS gets sorted out, we should be back soon. Remember the raffle, and we'll see you after this.
Try to forget that you were here. Some part of me wants to disappear with you. My soul and all that I could want. It's only gonna fall into what you explore.
Welcome back, ladies and gents, to Face It TV, where I'm really loud and James is James, and we have the match starting again. We're going to get this underway. NIP, they're on match point. They have a horrible position because they...
Dignitas map point.
No, but NIP are on match point.
Well, they won't be until they have 15, Dan.
No, they're on match point. The map. They just need to win another map, and they win the match.
That just makes things complicated. They're on match point when they have 15. They have 10. They're not on match point. Points.
Well, they've won.
Round is a point.
No, but they've
won.
I'm not talking. I'm talking for the series. I'm not talking for the map.
I feel like you're overcomplicating things here.
Alright, whatever. NIP won the first map. Okay, guys, and now we're on the second map. Dignitas are on 15 rounds. They're about to clinch it. NIP though, they just did a nice little save. It's 15-10. They're looking like they could bring things back together here. Obviously, a standard had to be found for Device, who was pulling out great results for Dignitas. He was playing excellently, especially with the AWP. Now they've got Pava.
Is this Colon?
A player that
this is indeed Colon.
It's Colon, okay. I was about to say I was not familiar with him, but Colon we know. Okay, so NIP, can they use this break to their advantage? Because this usually often helps the team that's down, having a little break like this. So
I do want to take a moment to point out that these are two new lineups that we're seeing here early on in 2015, and it's a real shame that one of the players of one of the teams has to get DDoSed for whatever reason, because it really ruins part of the enjoyment of seeing these teams and who's going to best who. So I do think we need to make a note of that, and people need to think about the results of their actions.
It's a very special place. In Hell, reserved for
in Battlescar buys in Hell
and DDoSes.
Yeah, but we have this wall of smokes outside, which is going to raise questions for the Ninja's side. But that is absolutely ridiculous by Maikelele. What the hell are you doing?
It's a great pick through the smoke. Dignitas is going to expand into the ramp area, though, which has been given up by NIP. Also, one would think Forest finding a kill from nowhere. Get right now as well into cajunb. Now things getting rough here. karrigan to force an opportunity, though, in Hut by taking down a kill, but their effort is kind of split up now. Both players alone. Friberg going to drop the bomber. And we do have the round over here. NIP looking quite strong there. And Dignitas now without any money. So things getting interesting here. NIP could still win this map. And Dignitas just got to clinch out that one more. But sometimes the last one is the hardest one. So
indeed,
we
could
have
end up with overtime here.
Yes, it's a distinct possibility.
But there's a reasonable amount of money on the Dignitas side here, so I think they may have two cracks at the whip here before things go awry for them. Maikelele, though, got a whip of his own and has cracked a few of those Dignitas players with it. See if they choose to go for this gun or if they'll opt for a bomb site.
Well, it's like the AWP is going to be saved just in the nick of time by Get Right, and NIP pick up another round, but in comes the buy from Dignitas.
So it's like, it's this round. Looking at the money, actually, no, karrigan hasn't bought yet. So it's this round, or it's 15-14. Dignitas with two chances.
And some of the very fast rounds were really successful for Dignitas, but they've lost Device, who was playing excellently. He really was. Maikelele on the usual hijinks here, just switching up his positions constantly, as you would expect an AWPer of his caliber to do. Keep the opponents guessing. And a resmoke there to Hut, so NIP just killing some time here. Blocking off these choke points, so Dignitas cannot get any free easy ones. We're trying to get us stuck in the smoke, James.
Absolutely.
Why are we stuck in the smoke, James? We've talked about this.
Oh, dear me.
I have no words for this.
Please, Valve. I mean, Valve, please.
We've talked about this, James. Either way, it's going to be clean up for NIP, which we missed because James got us stuck in the smoke, James.
Hey, James. Man, it's not my fault there's problems with the game.
Don't follow the smokes. So 15-13, NIP are slowly crawling their way back. We do have some pistols in for Dignitas now, as that round largely went quite terribly for them. But you never know with the Tech 9s. We do have a Tech 9 on karrigan, Deagle and dupreeh. Some armor even being bought to even up the money a little bit here and give them a shot at doing some damage, maybe even potentially taking the round. And they're going to go for a very fast push here. Missed on the flash indeed. Straight down the vent though. NIP not able to stop it in time. Are they going to be able to get the bomb down? It will happen. dupreeh gets it planted. Looking for the Deagle shots. Doesn't connect. NIP in with another round. But the bomb did go down. So Dignitas did achieve the objective. that they had set out to do, which was the extra money for the extra 800
Ooh,
all
lots
around
of money in the bank.
for the
Bit of Go TV lag there. This is crunch time. This is do or die for Dignitas. Well, not die. It will be overtime. And I think normally with MR3 it's 10k, but with SLTV it's MR3 splash to cash. 16k.
Here we go. Get right. Pushing aggressively, actually, into radio. Going to find himself some action. cajunb, and he does fall back. Excellent stuff. So a quick early advantage, but Dignitas now exploding outside, looking for frags, advantages of their own. We do have a player, I think Maikelele up on the outer catwalk, and I think Forrest is in hell up there, and he's actually it's get right, and he does go down. Usually Forrest is the one in that position, but get right moving around, it would seem, as dupreeh still making his way around the outside. And with Maikelele down outside as well, it is a big question mark.
Ooh.
What's actually going on here for NIP? They have to take some good positions to watch the sites here. 2 players on upper. Forrest going down in secret. This could spell the doom for the Swedes.
They've committed to the A-bomb site here, but looking at the boost, Friberg, if he looks at the right place at the right time, you can see he's paranoid of heaven at the moment, and Zipnix is up there. They could go for the A push here. Anything could happen now. There's, oh, doesn't get the frag on him though. Xizt, last man standing. I think we're going to go to a third map.
Yep. Wow, third map incoming here. Dignitas saving it, but still problems because device is gone.
Yeah, I was thinking to myself, like, what if Dignitas had lost that? You know, what happens to? There's such a massive question mark because of this DDoS. If they would have otherwise potentially won it.
Well, at least both teams are going through. That's happening. So it's not going to cost someone a spot in the tournament or something like that. So that's fine. But yeah, going into the next map, it's going to be very, very difficult to see Dignitas packing the punch they did. I mean, Cullen's a great player, but the thing is that Device was opening up a lot of opportunities just with the AWP. So unless Cullen can replace that role as effectively, it's going to be a bit of a struggle. Perhaps we'll see karrigan maybe AWPing a little bit more. I know he's got a good AWP on him, so we'll have to see how they handle that exactly. But yeah, any further thoughts there?
No, I'm just hoping that in this short break we can hopefully see the full Dignitas team make it into the final map for the sake of everybody watching and for us as well. And just before we go to a break, I think we do need to announce who won the FAMAS sticks. In the meantime, there is still going to be a draw for the AK Wasteland Rebel on Twitter. That's Face It on Twitter. But in the meantime, George Dawes. Wow, what's the score on the Dawes? George Dawes. Do you know who George Dawes is? Please somebody know who George Dawes is. Yes. You don't know who George Dawes is, do you?
Yes.
Doesn't know who Rock4 is. Doesn't know who Rock4 is. You don't know what Rock4 is.
Jeez.
Gordon Bennett. George Dawes.
Gordon Bennett's a runner.
You never watched BBC Two?
I still knew who Gordon Bennett was.
One of the scores, George Dawes.
Oh my God.
Congratulations, George Dawes. You have won FAMAS sticks. And honestly, I love that name so much, I'm going to give you a bison as well. Come on. Golf claps. Golf claps, Dan. Golf claps. See you on the other side, guys.